Hi friends, happy Project for Awesome. This is an annual event where creators from all over the internet come together to raise awareness and raise money for the charities that are making a difference in our communities and making the world a little more awesome. This is my third time making a Project for Awesome video in support of Asian Americans United, a grassroots Asian American organization based right here in my new-ish home of Philadelphia. And in past years for P4A, I've talked about their civic education work, their youth programs, and the fight to save Chinatown. And we won that fight because of organizing, because of community power and years of resistance and history to draw upon, and the trust and love that was built within communities. But the truth is, our work is far from over, because while Chinatown was saved from the destructive and predatory development, ICE's Philadelphia headquarters is still located in Chinatown, and that really shapes everyday life for immigrant families in our community. So this year, I want to highlight Asian Americans United immigrant rights work. This is work that is urgent, multilingual, and deeply rooted in care. And it's work that they were doing long before it was dominating the news cycle or our social media feeds. They work in multiple languages, English, various Chinese dialects, and Indonesian, to make sure our immigrant Asian American communities know their rights and are ready to practice them when ICE is in our neighborhoods. They help families prepare for what to do if ICE shows up at their door or stops them on the street. They support small businesses to plan for when ICE shows up, so that owners and workers aren't left in the dark. They escort people to their immigration check-in appointments. They help locate loved ones who have been detained. They help families understand what's happening in a system that is just designed to hide as much as possible. And they connect people with legal support. I think there are a lot of people who are trying to make immigrant justice sound like a lot of confusing political policy, but I think it's important to remember that at the heart of this work, it's about keeping families together. It's about dignity. It's about knowing that we can go to work or school and still return home to our loved ones. It's about safety, and not the kind of safety that comes out of fear and surveillance and threats for what happens if you step out of line, but one that comes from our community. A safety that comes from being loved and looked after and cared for. I think people who follow me know that the work to save Chinatown has taken up a big chunk of my life since 2022, but I'm still here supporting Asian Americans United because they understand that protecting Chinatown doesn't just mean protecting buildings, it means protecting the people who live, work, and raise families there. So if you're looking for an organization that's been doing the work for decades, educating, organizing, and defending our communities, then Asian Americans United is it. Consider supporting them again this year through Project for Awesome by voting for them to win a P4A grant between February 13th and February 15th. Your vote will help them keep families together, connected, informed, and protected. And if you're watching this after February 15th, consider donating to them directly, because that would be cool. Thanks. And hey, I love you.